Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Blonde Café Podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Villanueva, and I'm your 29-year-old millennial gal just out here living my best life. And I'm here to help give you the tips, tricks, and tools to live your best life. And welcome back. Welcome if you are new here. I'm so happy you guys are here. If you're watching this video or listening to this episode, this is the best friend, big sister quarter of the internet. So we're here to give you all the tips, tricks, and tools to prove to yourself that your dreams aren't delulu and that you can chase your dreams. You can go after those goals and you can have everything you want in life. Because over here at the Blonde Café, we believe that your life is meant to be loved and lived. And every day is not supposed to be mediocre. Every day is not supposed to feel like Groundhog's Day. It's not supposed to feel like it drains you and you're dreading going to work, you're dreading your relationship, or you're just moseying on about your life and not really enjoying it. We're here to tell you, you can have it all. You can have that life that you want, whether it's in your career, your relationships, your health. We got you. We're just chatting like we're best friends or sisters over coffee, and we're hanging out, baby. We're giving you that little pep talk that you need to go after those delulu dreams that are realistic. They are, I promise you. So without further ado, today's episode is all about the 3 things that I don't do to get to where I want to be. Because a lot of tips, a lot of tricks, a lot of tools, they all tell you the things that you do need to do, but they don't really fill in the gaps of that, that gray area between the black and white. You might find so many videos that are like, wake up at 5 a.m., create this routine, do all of these things, do the 75 hard, go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. And that might not be your style. That might not be your vibe. You might just be like, I just need the freaking baby steps to get there. And that's what we're all about. We're all about taking those small shifts so you can make those big, bold moves later on. Because we are tricking your brain into actually believing that you are the person that you want to be. If you make those big shifts too much too soon, your brain doesn't actually believe it. You're going through the motions, you're doing the things, and then you're probably going to fall off after a couple months because you're not building those day-to-day habits that actually get you where you want to be. So the 3 tips that I don't do to get to where I want to be is number 1, I don't scroll for more than 15 minutes in the morning. Okay. I know like the Mel Robbins trick is to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. Don't even touch your phone. Don't even look at it. Don't even smell it. Don't even engage with any sort of apps whatsoever. But let's face it. I love Mel Robbins just as much as you do. We are millennials. We are Gen Z. We were built on the foundations of social media. And sometimes you might want to fill your life with positivity in the morning. You might need that little extra moment to wake up your brain before you jump out of bed. You might need that little pep talk in the morning or that funny video that you see on Instagram, or maybe you do see a positive quote. So that's what that's for. That's for having that positive time in the morning when you wake up. But don't do it for more than 15 minutes. Because after the 15 minutes, it's like you're kind of laying there and you're like, okay, what's 20 minutes? What's 25 minutes? And then before you know it, you're laying in bed for an extra half hour and then you're rushing around trying to get ready. Or you might feel even more sluggish throughout your day. So that's why I limit it. I open my apps. I try not to engage with any sort of news or negativity first thing in the morning because your brain is so much more susceptible right when you wake up to whatever you put it on. So if you're listening to a positive podcast, for example, or if you have some really positive creators that you follow, that's the type of stuff that you want to see in the morning. Or maybe your Pinterest board or your mood board. That's the type of stuff that you want to see and you want to engage with. You don't necessarily want to wake up and immediately go to your news app or immediately go to that news Instagram channel because 9 times out of 10, it's probably feeding you negativity. So you're not going to scroll for more than 15 minutes. Once that 15-minute mark hits, you finish that video, whatever you're on, you finish that quote, whatever you're reading, and you get up. You get up, okay? And then you do your morning routine. We're not here to talk about morning routine. That's going to be in a different episode, but you get up and you start doing your thing, okay? So number 2, not only do I not scroll for 15 minutes, or more than 15 minutes, I should say. But I also don't open my email or my Google Calendar before 9 o'clock in the morning. because you're not getting paid those extra hours to stress yourself out before your workday even starts. A lot of times, even if you have your notifications on, you open that app, you see that email, maybe your boss was up late at night and he's sending you, something to do for tomorrow or asking you about a project that you might have forgotten about. And then now all of a sudden, what happens? Your morning is hijacked. Your emotions are hijacked. You are already at like a higher cortisol rate when you wake up because that's how your body naturally wakes up. It raises your cortisol to propel yourself awake. So your cortisol is already up here. You're already a little bit stressed out, okay? And just by being awake itself. And you're trying to wake yourself up for the day and get yourself ready. And then all of a sudden you compound that by worrying about something that you can't even control, most likely, until you get into the office or until you start your workday. So not only are you opening that email or looking at that calendar notification, you're starting your day by thinking about it while you're getting ready and doing all of the other things throughout your morning. So you already have somebody else's priorities in mind while you're trying to take care of yourself, which is the most important thing. We've all said it before. I'll say it again. You can't pour from an empty cup, okay? Let alone if you have a spouse or kids or pets or anyone else or anything else that needs your attention in the morning, you're taking that away. You're giving that energy to your boss, your coworkers, your clients. And that's not fair to you. You're not getting paid for that extra time. You're taking that time away from yourself. Just like if you had a backpack full of rocks, okay? And you start that backpack empty at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then you open your email. So you put a 10-pound rock in there. And then you open your calendar and then you put another 10-pound rock in there. And so all of a sudden you're carrying around this bag of rocks 3 hours before the workday even starts. And you're already exhausted by the time you actually get to the workday. And then you put more and more rocks in that backpack. You're already hunched over by noon because you've been carrying around those extra rocks all those extra hours in the morning. You're stressing yourself out, baby. Don't do it. Your life and your time is too damn precious, okay? I know it's hard, but turn off those email notifications. And I promise you that unless you are a first responder or somebody that has a highly, highly urgent or technical job, you most likely do not have an emergency at 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter what your boss or your clients may think, okay? And I know this firsthand. I work in PR and marketing, and sometimes it feels like, everything needs to be immediate, especially when it comes to PR, because, there's press releases, there's media announcements, things like that. Everything has to be gone out at a certain time. I get it. There's a time and a place to say, okay, this is supposed to go out at 8 a.m. I need to make sure it's ready to go. Time and a place. All right. But outside of that, chances are, if you don't get to that project or you don't get to that email, the world is not going to burn down. Nobody is going to die. Nothing is going to catch on fire. That little 2 hours of difference is not going to be worth it. I promise you, okay? So that's my second thing that I don't do. I don't check my email or my calendar first thing in the morning. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're not getting paid for it. You're just worrying about somebody else's problem for right now. Number 3, I don't drink caffeine on an empty stomach. And I am a coffee girly. If you notice, this is called the Blonde Café for a reason. I am all about drinking coffee. I've got it right here. I've been drinking it this morning. But don't do it on an empty stomach. What did I say earlier about that cortisol level, that stress level that's already there in the morning when you wake up? You are wrecking your hormones when you do that. You are putting that acidicness, whether it's caffeine from coffee, whether it's a pre-workout or something else, you are putting that acid in your stomach on your empty belly. That's not good for you. That's not. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor, but I've read enough studies and listened to enough doctors, listened to enough podcasts and books that it is not good. I've put it into practice myself, to be honest with you. I used to be that girl that was waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, taking that pre-workout on an empty stomach, going to the gym, lifting heavy, running a little bit. Then I would come home, make my coffee and my protein shake, and then get to work. I'd crash by around, say, 10 a.m. I would need another cup of coffee. Okay. So then 10 a.m. comes around. I get my second cup of coffee after I've already had the pre-workout at 6. Then I have my first cup around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then I have my second cup around 10 o'clock. And then I crash again around 1 or so, anywhere between like 1 and 3. I know we've talked about that famous 3 p.m. slump. So I would try to strategically space out my coffees somewhere between 1 and 3. And that would be my afternoon coffee. Heaven forbid I would have an energy drink at that time as well. So I was literally like, I don't even know. I think I was taking in like 300 to 350 milligrams of caffeine every single day for like a year and a half to 2 years straight before I started forcing myself to actually eat something in the morning before my workout. So that was the game changer. And I don't like to work out on a full stomach. Like, I'm never that girl that's like, watch me eat my breakfast before I go do my workout and then go do my workout. I've tried to eat a full breakfast beforehand. I just feel really, really sluggish and run down. My stomach hurts. It's not a good scene. So I will at least have either like a piece of bread. I will literally eat like one egg or like take a couple bites of a cold egg that I have in the fridge pre-made, or I will have like a banana plus a piece of bread or something like that. Something to where it's not like a super fast acting carb. So don't really pair it with, strawberries or a plain banana by itself or anything like that, because that's also going to give you a crash. But if you do pair it with like a little bit of protein, even if it's just like half of a beef jerky stick, I've done that too. I love those. I love like the chomp sticks. I think the new ones from Sam's Club or Costco are called like Archers or something like that. Love those for early in the morning. It's something quick, something easy. If you're not a breakfast girly before you work out, or you're not just a breakfast person in general, it does the trick. Okay. It gives yourself something in your stomach to prolong not only the caffeine and the energy from it, but it also doesn't mess with like the acidity in your stomach. I mean, the caffeine's already messing with it, but it gives it a little bit of a barrier, if you know what I'm talking about. So that is the third thing that I do. I do not drink caffeine on an empty stomach. I don't care what time it is. I don't care what you got to eat. Even if you just eat a plain banana, I know that's not the best thing because it'll still give you a little crash. But if you just eat something, it'll help you. Promise you that. Try it. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Put it on our Instagram. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it works for you. Guarantee you it'll help. Okay. So to round it out, I'm so excited because we're in this new studio. I'm like, got so many different ideas that I want to do with you guys. We are using our new camera. So I've been on a roll, y'all. I've been on a roll. I'm like spewing at the bits to try to tell you all of these things of these podcast episodes that I've been waiting to record. So we're going to review. We are building our dream lives over here. We are proving to ourselves that our dreams are not delulu. We can actually have everything we want in life. It ebbs, it flows, life be lifing sometimes, but we get back up. We get on the horse. We create those consistent habits, those consistent routines that will take us through our day to day so we can gradually build that life that we want. Okay. We are making those identity shifts. We're doing it together. I'm here to help you. If you don't have anybody in your corner cheering you on, I'm your girl. Okay. So number one, things I don't do to hijack my day. Do you remember what number one is? It's you wake up, you don't scroll for more than 15 minutes. I know the Mel Robbins, if you can do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. That's even better. But if you are typically scrolling for like 30 minutes in your bed before you even get out of bed, challenge yourself to make that only 15 minutes a day. And not a day, like the entire day, but 15 minutes in the morning. Okay. And try to make it positive, or at least the very least neutral content. Make sure you're following positive content creators. This is also a good time to do a audit of the people that you follow and the people that show up on your news feeds. Okay. So even if you engaged with like a weird news post, like, I don't even know, 6 months ago, and for whatever reason, now your local news station is continuously popping up with negative information when you first wake up. I get you. I accidentally did that. And I've had to retrain my Instagram feed to not give me that information. Okay. So you're scrolling, but you're only scrolling for 15 minutes. I don't care where you're at that 15-minute mark. I don't care what rabbit hole you are down about, your ex-boyfriend's grandma's vacation trip to Cancun. You cut that off. You get up out of bed and you start your morning routine, whatever that looks like to you. Okay. Number 2. You're not opening your email or your calendar in the morning. That is not part of that 15 minutes, nor is it included in your morning routine whatsoever. You are not getting paid to stress yourself out before you even get to work. And unless you are a first responder or somebody with a very life or death type of job, You probably do not have an emergency on your hands that you need to worry about at 6 o'clock in the morning. You are hijacking your day with someone else's priorities, someone else's opinions, something that someone else was stressing themselves out about. You're not joining the party. You're not joining their corner. You're in your own space. You are saying that you're the most important person in your life. Even if you do have kids, even if you do have a spouse, even if you do have pets, you got to be your own main priority, because you can't take care of your kids if you don't take care of yourself. You can't take care of your spouse and be an amazing spouse, wife, sister, brother. You can't be an amazing person to others if you don't take care of yourself. You can't even be an amazing dog mom if you're like rushing around in the morning because you stressed yourself out over that email. You got that weird calendar notification with your boss for 1 p.m. today. You're not sure what it's about. You might forget to feed them. You might leave them out an extra 5 minutes and maybe they're freezing at the door. You might, and life happens. I get it. Okay. I'm not the perfect dog mom either, but you're taking that time away from soaking in your morning, doing things the way that you want to do them, and controlling the one part of your day that is controllable. That is right when you wake up. Okay. Don't give it to somebody else. Your time is too damn valuable. I'll say it here. I'll say it again. Number 3, I'm not drinking caffeine on an empty stomach. And if you are over here at the Blonde Cafe, chances are you probably like caffeine too, in some form. You probably like getting a pre-workout. You probably like getting a coffee, maybe a green tea, maybe like one of those refresher drinks, which I think includes green tea. Maybe it's matcha. You're not doing it on an empty stomach, baby. You are at the very least grabbing a Chomps protein stick. You're grabbing a piece of bread, Dave's Killer Bread. It's my favorite. You're grabbing a banana and a Chomps protein stick. Whatever that looks like, even if you have to have just a little bite of something before you have your coffee in the morning, it will help you. It will not wreck your hormones as much as just putting this plain acidic substance in your already acidic belly with nothing in it. Also, you're dehydrated in the morning, so it's just going to make you even more dehydrated. So have that coffee, have that caffeine, have that pre-workout, but do it intentionally, okay? You will thank me later, I promise. And if you do like this content, please like, subscribe, leave us a comment, head over to Instagram, head over to TikTok. We're on all the platforms, y'all, and we're doing the damn thing. I'm 29. I'm going after my dreams. I've gone after all of the dreams that I have so far, and I'm continuing it now with you. I'm telling you that you can do it too, whatever you want in life. If it's that dream lifestyle, if it's to travel the world, if it's to get that dream body or feel good in your own skin and feel confident, or if it's to finally have a relationship with somebody that you've been craving so bad, or if it's to have that dream job, that dream career, or maybe start a family somehow, whatever you want in life, it's possible. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Life is meant to be adored, loved. It's not supposed to be mediocre and mundane. I truly, truly believe that we are not put here on this earth just to go about our lives in the hem-hauling around mindset, in the Groundhog's Day routine. You're supposed to love it, baby. Okay? So that's what we're doing over here at the Blonde Cafe. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you do like our new setup, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I'm really excited about it. So we start small, we start scrappy, we start with what we've got, and then we upgrade. So we've got a new camera. As you can tell, this video is much clearer than we have had before. I was recording just on my iPhone previously, and now we're recording on an actual camera. It's the Sony ZV-E10, if you're interested. Love it. I've had it for like a week now, and I love it, okay? This new setup, I literally have put it together, my husband and I. It's some panels from Home Depot. We are renting in a house, so we can't paint, we can't put on wallpaper, but I've done what I can. So, love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here through the cringiness, through the grainy videos, through the makeshift podcast setups. Thank you. And I hope to see you on our next episode. Bye, guys.